Math 105, Section 1.5, solve a system of equations. Means to find the values that make it true, okay? That make it true means makes all equations. Okay? If a letter is alone, or it can easily be gotten alone, use the substitution method. Okay? Example, we have x equals 2y minus 3, 2x plus 5y equals 12, okay? We're trying to find x and y that make both equations true. Since x equals 2y minus 3, replace x in the other equation with 2y minus 3, okay? We can do that because x equals 2y minus 3. Okay, so x equals 2y minus 3. The other equation was 2x plus 5y. So x gets replaced with 2y minus 3. Now our equation has just y, so we can solve. So first distribute the 2. 2 times 2y and 2 times minus 3. We've got those like terms, 4y plus 5y equals 9y. Then we get y by itself, add 6, divide by 9, we get y equals 2. Now we go back and replace y with 2. You can use any equation, but x equals 2y minus 3 will be easier. 2 times 2 is 4, minus 3 is 1. So we could write that as x equals 1, y equals 2, or as the point x, y, 1, 2. Example 2, solve x plus y equals 7. 3x plus 2y equals 17. In the first equation, you can easily get x or y alone. So I've got x plus y equals 7. If I subtract y on both sides, x equals 7 minus y. Now replace x in the other equation with 7 minus y. X equals 7 minus y. We've got 3x plus 2y equals 17. I can replace x with 7 minus y. Distribute that 3. 3 times 7, 3 times minus y. I've got those like terms, minus 3y plus 2y is minus y. We're ready to solve, so subtract 21 on both sides. Now that gives us minus y, so we have to divide by negative 1 to get y. Negative 4 divided by negative 1 is 4. So we need x. X equals 7 minus y, and we found y to be 4, so x equals 3. If you can't easily get a letter alone, use addition elimination method. Okay, it's called the addition/elimination method, which means multiply one or both equations, okay, both equations, so that when you add the equations together, a letter cancels, and that means adds to 0. For example, negative 2x plus 2x equals 0. Okay, so example 3, solve 3x plus 5y equals 13, 6x plus 7y equals 20. Now notice, we can't get x and y by itself without fractions. Now you can do that, but it makes it so much harder, okay? So do this. Look at the 3x and the 6x. 6x is the larger number. What cancels with 6x? Negative 6x would cancel with 6x. So we want to make that first equation not be 3x. We want to make it negative 6x, because negative 6x plus the 6x would equal 0. So what times 3x equals negative 6x? And that answer is negative 2. So if we multiply the first equation by negative 2, we'll get negative 6x. And when we add those together, we'll get 0. And that will get rid of x. Okay, so multiply the first equation by negative 2. Don't forget to multiply both sides. Now you're going to add the second equation, add the new equation, negative 6x minus 10y equals minus 26. Add it to the other equation, and we see minus 6x plus 6x equals 0. So add our like terms, minus 3y equals minus 6, divide, y equals 2. Pick either equation, plug in 2 for y. 3x plus 5 times 2 is 10. Subtract 10, divide, and we get x equals 1, y equals 2. Sometimes you must multiply both equations. Example, solve. 2x plus 3y equals 21. 3x plus 7y equals 44. Okay, look at the smaller number for x, 2. You can't multiply 2 by a whole number and get 3. Look at the smaller number for y. You can't multiply 3 by a whole number and get 7. So to cancel, the numbers must be the same number but opposite signs. So what we do here is just multiply each equation by the coefficient of x in the other equation. Okay, that means the number in front. Okay, so the first equation, 2x, the other equation has 3, so I'm going to multiply it by 3. The second equation is 3x. What's in the first equation is 2. So we're multiplying by the number in the other equation in front of x. But one of them's got to be negative. It does not matter which one. Okay, so we get 6x plus 9y equals 63. Negative 6x plus 14y equals negative 88. The whole point is when you add, we get a 0. So 9y minus 14y is minus 5y equals 63 minus 88 is negative 25. Divide, we get y equals 5. And go back to any equation and plug in. 2x plus 3y equals 21. Replace y with 5. 3 times 5 is 15. Subtract 15 on both sides and divide. We get x equals 3 and y equals 5. And that's the end of this lesson.